slate, B slate.
I'm Douglas Crimp. I'm an art critic and a professor of art history. One of my favorite works by Cindy Sherman is one of the film stills, number 60. Even though Cindy's film stills are meant to be generic, we're not meant to recognize where they're shot. This particular one was shot in an area of Lower Manhattan in 1980, around the corner from where I once lived. There was an old tenement building, the one lone building that remained standing when the Washington Market was raised in the 1960s. It was lived in by a sculptor, and he won a court case to stay in his rent-controlled apartment. This building remained until 2003, from the late 1960s. It was also the site of a very famous photographic series, The Destruction of Lower Manhattan by Danny Lyons, who shot the area before it was being, and while it was being torn down. And that building actually appears in Joan Jonas's very famous outdoor performance, Delay, Delay, and the film made from that performance material called Song Delay. It's, I think, also a very odd character that she portrays. Many of the characters are glamorous. The less glamorous ones are usually B-movie noir heroines that look a little second class. In this one, she really looks kind of white trash. She's wearing old ski pants. She has a kind of not very stylish hairdo. She's smoking. She seems to be just about to light her cigarette, but has been stopped by something that's outside of the frame. So you get that narrative element that is characteristic of the film stills, and which actually I think makes them recognizable as something like a still from a movie, even though they never are. Cindy moved to New York, to the same neighborhood that I lived in, and we were friendly with each other. And it's right then that she began making the film stills. I was interested actually in questions about photography and how photography was entering the art world at the time that I first wrote about Cindy's work. In 1978, I theorized them as being like film stills, as being photographs taken from a kind of longer narrative, like cinema. And I think actually they were then called film stills after that point. In this small area of working that she's always stuck to, using herself as a subject, there seems to be an infinite amount of invention.